I wish I knew. This is a lamentation I hear so often from my clients as they rue the mistakes and lost opportunities from their past. Now, if I told these people that they could go back to their 30s and change the course of their lives, they would likely make very different financial decisions. So in this video, I share the top money mistakes you want to avoid while you are in your 30s and 40s so that you don't regret them later in life. By the end of the video, you are going to have a roadmap on what you should actually do with your money to build wealth and attain financial freedom. Stick to the end of the video because that's when I will tell you the biggest financial mistake most people are making today. Hello and welcome to Financial Freedom Kenya. I am Manyara Kirago and I have been a personal finance professional for the last 2 decades. If you need help to ensure you get the best outcome with your finances, I am available for your support. Please check out my do-it-yourself online course, my one-on-one financial freedom coaching, and the Eternity Real Estate program from the links in the description below. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and share it with anybody you think may benefit from it. Also, ring the bell icon to be notified each time I post a new video. With that said, let's jump into the video. Mistake number 1, spending with no budget. How do you spend your paycheck? Do you follow a plan or spend as things come up? If your answer is the latter, then this is the first money mistake you want to stop. You see, when you don't have a plan or a budget, then you have no control over your finances and are likely to spend until your account hits zero. This habit is a poverty trap that prevents you from saving money. Eventually, your expenses exceed what you earn and you turn to debt to keep up your lifestyle. To avoid or correct this, come up with a monthly budget that you will be following. Make sure you take into account all your expenses from debt repayments and bills to daily living costs. Now, if your budget is equal or exceeds your income, you want to audit your expenses and remove anything you can live without. For instance, if you eat out a lot, you can cut down to just once a week or once every 2 weeks. Mistake number 2, not having an emergency fund. Do you have money saved up in case you fall sick or lose a job or your business gets shut down? Back when the pandemic began and several companies all over the world closed their doors because of the lockdown, I had a couple of friends who lost their primary source of income. I remember one of them calling me to find out if I knew of any job opportunities he could qualify for. When I said I didn't, he broke down, sharing that he didn't have rent for the next month and was desperate for a job. He ended up moving back to his parents' house for a couple of months after having lived on his own for over 10 years. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that things can change for the worse and very fast. And if you are not prepared, you will find yourself in a very tricky situation. So, avoid the unexpected catching you off guard by building an emergency fund. Ideally, your fund should be having between 3 to 6 months of your total living expenses. Mistake number 3, postponing preparation for retirement. A wise man whose name I can't remember once said, "Retirement can be a reward for diligent savings and prudent investing, or punishment for not doing so." Think about that statement for a moment. Many people in their 20s and 30s delay saving for retirement simply because they think it's too early. After all, there is that new car you want to buy or that new vacation you want to take. Basically, there is always something more urgent. The problem is people tend to underestimate how much they'll need for retirement. The result? They can't keep up the same lifestyle once they are unable to work anymore. Unfortunately, most people today have no retirement savings, and this leads to crushing poverty and misery in old age. Avoid this by opening an individual pension plan if you don't already have one provided by your employer, and make decent contributions without fail. Remember, the earlier you start, the more you can take advantage of compounding. This is just for survival level existence. You must do more to enjoy a full life in your old age. Mistake number 4, relying too much on debt. How much of your paycheck goes towards paying debt? Better yet, how much is your current credit utilization? The current economic times are hard. It's normal to sometimes turn to debt to make things work. That said, the problem with debt is that it can quickly spiral. One day you're paying for 1 or 2 purchases with your credit card or from your mobile loan app. The next, you're buying everything with debt. Depending too much on credit is super unhealthy and can prevent you from achieving financial freedom. So, how do you know you're relying too much on debt? Some telltale signs include depending on credit to sustain your current lifestyle and can't survive without it. You maximize on your credit card and or your mobile loan app. You've applied for more than one new credit card and or mobile loan app in the past year. You are paying the minimum balance on your credit cards, or you're paying off your mobile loan app debt and then reborrowing immediately. Your credit card and mobile loan app debt is ballooning. You have missed or made late payments. You have drained your savings trying to pay off debt. You borrow to pay off other debts. To avoid the debt trap, live below your means. More importantly, don't borrow more than you can pay off at the end of the month. That said, have you been caught up in debt before? What did you do to get yourself out? Please share your experience in the comments below. Mistake number 5, investing too heavily in 1 or 2 assets only. If you're already saving and investing for your future, congratulations. You're on track to achieving financial security. That said, even when investing, there is one key mistake you want to steer clear of. You see, investing, regardless of the asset, is risky. Some investments carry more risk than others. Now, if you put your money in one security, for instance, a stock that you have heard good things about, you will have elevated risk. If that stock happens to plummet, it goes down with your entire portfolio. So, no matter how good an investment is, don't make the mistake of investing too heavily in it. Instead, pick a couple of individual assets to spread out your risk. If you're new to investing and don't have much skill in picking out stocks, opt for unit trust funds. These come in with diversification already built in. Mistake number 6, relying on just one income. The beauty of life is that no one knows the future. This is also the scariest thing about it. As with investing, you don't want just one source of income, just in case you wake up one day and it's gone. Also, most career paths come with an income ceiling, which means that no matter how much you improve yourself, there will always be a limit as to how much you can actually earn. A faster and easier way to secure yourself and make more money is to create multiple sources of income. If you are working a 9-to-5 job, you want to focus on accumulating assets that generate passive income, such as multifamily rental property. Mistake number 7, replacing things that you don't actually need to. I drive an old, silver, slightly beat down Mercedes car. I've had it for so long that people often jokingly ask me when I will get rid of it. My answer is always the same. It has served me faithfully for 16 years. Never once failed me. I'm going to drive it until it does. I see no need to switch this fully functional car for a trendy SUV and part with a couple of millions and possibly a car loan on top of all that. It would be costly and completely unnecessary. That new car new phone, that latest appliance which you're buying just to keep up with everyone else, you really don't need. And you're probably going to regret it later. So instead, use your money on things that will actually bring you value. Bonus: chasing quick wins. The last mistake is more common today than ever before. With social media, where people are showing off stacks of money and lavish lifestyle, there is heightened pressure to succeed now. And this has led to get-rich-quick schemes. Basically, someone promises you that if you invest in X asset, you'll get staggering returns in a short time. What they don't tell you is the risk of such an investment is often very high. In the end, you are more likely to lose your money than if you invest in longer-term assets with moderate returns. Remember, building wealth takes time. And anyone who promises otherwise is most probably lying in order to get their hands on your money. A fool and his money are soon parted. Now, if you want to learn more about building wealth in your 30s and 40s while avoiding common pitfalls, then what you'll need to do is watch my free training, How to Grow Your Wealth and Attain Financial Freedom. Click the link in the description below and you will get immediate access to that training. Click the link below and watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, share with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell icon for more. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.